There we are. Yeah, it's about enough of that music. Just clean up my desktop here so I can actually pay attention to what I'm doing. And Spooky's already here tonight. How are you? Oh shit, you know what I gotta do? I gotta pull up my super special guide. Just to again make sure that I'm... Never. Alright, hang on. I'm all disorganized here as usual. There's the flower girl. You got rid of Rufus. You got rid of Reno that was a while ago. 67th floor. 60... Okay. Sample HO512. 100 gunner. Heligun. No, we did that. We did Rufus. Dark Nation. Yeah, the only thing that's left is to get on the motorcycle and go after Motorball. Alright, so you got a little further in Bioshock, but it kept crashing. Well, that sucks. So, now I know you're playing on the PC, so does that mean... I wonder if you're having the same issue that some other people who have upgraded to the remastered version are having. Although that was supposed to be fixed with a patch. I get a message on Twitter. Oh, about Borderlands. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Hopefully that sale is going to be going on for a little bit because I haven't gotten around to getting back on Steam yet. Wait a second, do I have to put... I might want to put materia on people, right? So minigame, they get an option to form regroup. Next boss, make sure that everyone except Barrett is in the back row. Give Cloud light... Oh, okay. So Barrett's going on ahead. Okay, it's a weekend sale, so I have until Sunday. That's good. That's good. I'll get around to it sometime tomorrow. I had a bunch of stuff I had to do. Hey, and there is... Wait for it. Wait for it. Hang on. Hang on. There is our newest mod, Sunset Memories. Welcome to the room. Barrett's got a reputation to protect. He's got a reputation as an eco-terrorist at this point, but I understand his point. Sunset, you are absolutely welcome, my friend. And you know what's spooky? Now that I think about it, the main reason that I wanted to get the pre-sequel on the PS3 is just to have a physical copy, because I'm just, you know, I think I've said that before, I'm just that kind of person where I want to have an actual, like, disc and case in my hands, and also at the same time be sure that it's compatible with, that doesn't make any sense. The gist of what I just said, I've had a little bit of wine tonight, but I'm not driving, thankfully, is that I want to have a physical copy, but at the same time, if I can play it on the PC, I'm perfectly fine with getting a digital version. Go grab some strawberries to spite everyone. Spooky's like the fucking... I'm gonna start thinking you have like a strawberry farm in your backyard or something. A garden, maybe. There was a place in Boston where I had breakfast once. I swear to God, they were growing strawberries in the backyard. They were so fresh. Barrett says to Red 13, "You're cold, man." Oh, Cloud's coming. Phrasing. Wait a minute, do you seriously have, like, a garden in your backyard? Is that what's going on? This, by the way, is still one of my favorite pieces of music from the entire Final Fantasy series. And thankfully, Tifa knows how to hotwire a truck. Because where would we be without those kind of skills? Okay, control the bike with the directional, but yeah, I think I should still be able to pull this off. Okay, let's form my party before I get the hell out of here. Criminals, yeah, these vigilantes, these planet-saving terrorists. Okay, so according to this, let's give... see here. So let's actually for the bag, make sure everyone except Barrett is in the back row. I have my party of 3 for Christ's sake. Alright, Cloud Lightning, place Elemental Fire in his armor, and then, alright, so who could use the experience the most here? Let's go with, yeah, let's go with Eris, because she could use... Okay. And we're going to put everyone in the back row because I'm going to get back attacked right away. Cloud's hair is incredible, but I think that's like an absolute requirement for every Final Fantasy protagonist from the very beginning. Although you couldn't always tell it right away from the sprite-based games because you couldn't make it that deluxe. Oh, Jesus, okay. Okay, so restore. Yeah, you don't need that anymore. We're going to take cover off of Cloud. Because he doesn't need that. Poison, lightning. Do I want to give him lightning? Yeah, I do. Okay, then we're going to keep... Let's see here. Elemental Fire on his armor. Okay, we'll get rid of Poison. Put that on Eris, I guess. Give her a Restore All. Because she's still my resident healer. Get Barrett Steel, just so we can make sure that that earns some experience. Another Fire. Can't really do anything with that, but I'm going to put it on him because I don't want Eris's hit points getting sapped too much more. But they outgrow your hair and throw gel in and stand and fan. Yeah, exactly. And they still find a way to make it go in 10 different directions. Resident Evil 2 remake, they hit delay. Did they, Spooky, did they announce another delay for it? I really hope that's not the case. I'm gonna put these all on him just so that we have coverage for it. Enemy skill, I'm not gonna... Oh, shit, there's a sense. Okay. There we go. I think that's everything we need. Okay, let's do this. Oh my god, this minigame has never looked better. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying something about the frame rate of a minigame in Final Fantasy VII, but this is incredibly smooth. They didn't announce a delay, they haven't announced it. Oh, yeah, that's true. I was kind of hoping they would say something once 7 was out, but I guess that's just not the case. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 Sunset, they definitely announced that far too quickly, because it's obvious they were not very far along at all once they said it. I mean, that was, what, like 2 or 3 years ago now. I still remember everyone losing their mind when the announcement was made. And that was the same year that they transitioned Final Fantasy 13 Versus into 15. Spooky's not too big of a fan of Kingdom Hearts. I gotta be honest with you, I have only played... technically, I have played 3 Kingdom Hearts games. I played the first one a couple of times, and then I played Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance, and I also played the HD version that was included on the first collection on the PS3. Chain of Memories, I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan. That card system annoyed the hell out of me, and the storyline just didn't, it didn't click for me. It was this weird, like, pseudo-rehash of the first game. So that might change that you just got a PS2. Well, in that case, you can pick up a good chunk of them relatively cheap, although you could also just go for the HD collections if you wanted to. Because those are about the same price. Chain of Memories has got to force yourself to... Oh, that's exactly how I felt about it. It was like, I'm going to sit here, excuse me, and I'm going to make myself enjoy this. Even if I, you know, even if I'm technically not. This reminds me of Dynasty Warriors. That's a good comparison. Yeah, I was just thinking of Dynasty Warriors last night because we were talking about the Berserk Warriors game. Oh, Smokey, you don't have a PS3. Okay, well, you know, then in that case, you're just fine with, if for whatever reason you end up getting into Kingdom Hearts, you'll be good with a PS2. This guy's gonna beat my ass. Okay, that kind of hurt. Toss Eris a potion here. I don't know why the hell I'm having her attack. Oh, there we go. Let's see if Cross Slash comes through here. Spooky's got to get himself a converter. Yeah, I got, I mean, in a sense, I got lucky because I got one of the older Elgato boxes, which has a component input on it, but at the same time, when you stream just about anything on here, there seems to be a slight little delay. Not with Twitch, but with the stream itself, like on my end, so it may have actually done me better to... Why did I just use Sense again? Okay, well, he's dead anyway. So it may have been a situation where I should have just gotten one of the later ones and, like you said, get a converter. It's not completely detrimental to the stream or anything. It's just something I wasn't aware of at the time. Came with 2 Gods of Wars. Oh, wow, that's excellent. Yeah, those first 2 God of Wars were excellent. So you have an AverMedia one with no delay whatsoever. Okay, perfect. I still remember the first time I got to this point, and then you get outside of the city and you're like, holy shit, how much bigger is this game? And this is what's intimidating about the remake, is for them to get outside of Midgar. So now, conveniently, we'll just drop a big cable so that we can escape. God, I hope these aren't dating points that... Make sure to place your characters in the correct order again. Form a party. Bodyguard. Plugged in so you can use your excuse me. Use your PC as a capture for streaming. Yeah, I have it's a separate box, but I can also at the same time capture anything on the PC with no issue. See, I don't have any strawberries, but I do have blackberries in the fridge. Okay. Let's get everyone back in working order here. Okay, so Barrett's at 15. Barrett's at 13. Barrett's is 12. Of course, I can't view anybody else right now because... Yes, let's go. That's poor Barrett. Sensei doesn't know much about Final Fantasy. Well, basically, it's really a... I don't know. I don't want to say a love or hate series at this point. There hasn't been one. I mean, there are 15 core games at this point, and there's only one of them that I legitimately just don't like and never feel like playing at all. And that's number 2, which is going back like almost 30 years. So for a series to be that consistent over time is pretty incredible. But that being said, if you're loving Kingdom Hearts that much, then that's great that Kingdom Hearts can appeal to you without having any real prior knowledge of too many Final Fantasies. Because you played 10, 13, and 15. 10 is one of my favorites, if not my favorite in the entire series. It's either 9 or 10 for me, and on any given day I would say 10, because I just love that story so much. Spooky, welcome back. Alright, who are we taking with us here? Red is still at 14, so... And I don't think I'm going to get that PHS until after we get to Calm, so I'm not going to really worry too much about grinding here. Oh, fuck off, Barrett. He's giving me shit because I took the 2 women with me. Son of a bitch. And that kind of annoys me because now Barrett has all that material on him and I can't put anything on Tifa. Except for enemy skill, which isn't going to do anything. Final Fantasy IX was the first one that Spooky played. That's an awesome place to start. I love Final Fantasy IX so much. Especially because it broke the trend that had been established with this and 8 of the brooding, emo, super douchebag protagonist that just can't be bothered with anyone's feelings. I mean, Cloud's okay, because he does sort of, as the game progresses, he becomes a human being again, but Squall is just a, ugh. Squall is like every fucking kid in high school that sat alone at a lunch table and just leered at people and made a list of people he wanted to kill. And for some reason, Renoa developed serious feelings for him, and I still can't figure that out for the life of me. And yeah, Sunset's first was 10. 10's a hell of a place to start too, but 9 and 10 were like the my absolute favorites. But I love the rest of them, and I can't wait for the PS4 port of 12 to come out, because 12 is basically an offline MMO, and there's so much to do in it. It'll keep you occupied for weeks, if not months. Spooky said, well, yeah, I mean, I was that kid too, but at the same time, I was also approachable, and I had basic human qualities. Like, if you ever played 8, you'll understand what I mean, and you'll understand why you would also ask the question of, what the hell is Renoa doing falling in love with this person? Because it's like at the end of Disc 2 or the beginning of Disc 3, she just, like, swaps feelings. PC4 port for 9 just came out. Oh, good. You know, I did see that. And it seems like they cleaned up the animation a little bit, just like this one. The hell are these guys? Dude got wrecked by Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1. Well, dude, anybody would get wrecked by Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1, because that optional boss fight is just crazy. And 13-2 came out in January. Yeah, I still have to play. I have the entire 13 trilogy on the PS3. I still have to play 13-2 and Lightning Returns, or 13-3, whatever you want to call it. Is weak to lightning or not? Nope. Yeah, these arms are very straight. It's almost like a, it's like someone melded together a chopper with a mantis. That's the best way I can think of describing these. Oh, I finally got another limit break with Aerith. Now, if we could just get them up to... I'm not going to grind too much. I'd like to get them up to... both up to 15. Oh, yeah, the fight in Kingdom Hearts 1 with Sephiroth. Bullshit. Small closed-off area with a long-ass sword. Superhuman speed. I mean, the only enjoyable thing about that whole battle is being able to listen to the One-Winged Angel theme... his music from Final Fantasy VII. Aside from that, it's just, I don't think, because I played through, because I played it again on the PS3, and I unlocked the Sephiroth battle, but I don't think I don't know if I even attempted it, let alone, someone on YouTube beat him at level 1 with no damage. Dude, that's just ridiculous. I mean... You know, good for him, and I hope he's making money off that video somehow, but... Jesus Christ. The amount of practice and dedication that must take... Come on, Tifa. There we go. One shot. I was just about to ask, am I going to encounter anything other than those motorbikes? Organic motorcycles. I think that's a pretty accurate description of them, Sunset. What the hell do they call these? Calm fangs? Yeah. Which are basically just wolves. And if they're anything like the South Park wolves, they're dire wolves. They like regular wolves, but dire. Alright, so we got Tifa to 14. This area is not particularly great for grinding. Because I'm not really, like... I mean, I'm not low level to begin with, but this game is also not particularly difficult, especially this early on. Sunset's got a thing for Tifa. I don't blame you. was always a little more drawn to Aerith, but Tifa certainly has her perks, no pun intended. Doesn't Aerith... Yeah, Spooky, she does. At the end of Disc 1 is the big dramatic scene. Why bother training her up? You know what? I mean, in the original game, it's not if you shut off the game and never continue. That's funny. The only reason right now to train her up is because there are a few sections of the game, I can't name them specifically, but there are certain ones where you have to have her in your party so it's easier to work with. And in the case of getting her level 4 limit break, and I'm not sure if she has an ultimate weapon this early on or not, but there is a trophy for that stuff now, so if you want to go for those, there's an option. But aside from that, I don't have an answer for you. And of course, once you get to the Gold Saucer and you get to the pivotal date scene, where you can get into the gondola with the person that you've been romancing for the game, your options are Tifa, Aerith, Yuffie, and Barret. And back when this first came out, long before the days of YouTube, there was no way to just look up video and see, you know, what would it have been like if you had gone with somebody else. So you had to go back, and you had to start from the very beginning, and you had to romance someone from the start, which was not particularly pleasant. And I never actually did it. And for the longest time, I had no idea what it looked like if you ended up going on the date with Barret or Yuffie, because you needed to do some very, very specific stuff in order to get those two. Tifa and Aerith, you have a giant number of built-in points to go on a date with either of them, but in order to do it with in order to date Barret or Yuffie, you had to do some extremely specific and minute things that you probably would never have thought of otherwise. And depending on how you advance the, depending on how you interpret the storyline, you could make the argument that romancing Aerith is canon, just because of what happens later, and then you go on later to see what happens in the Advent Children movie, and how certain things play out, even in Crisis Core, which is the PSP prequel. Data Barret to Cloud dressed as drag again. No, not that time. It's just kind of a glorified bromance. Although, honestly, I can't wait to see what Cloud looks like in the remake when it comes time to actually cross-dress. So I'm sure they'll go all out with it. God, this is taking for... Alright, you know what? I'm getting Aerith up to 14, and then we're going to go inside Calm. And we're going to advance this story, because these guys aren't giving me shit in the way of experience points. Yeah, this is a shame, but I mean, just wait until... we get on the sailboat inside, what is it, Junin Harbor, and they put Barret in a sailor's outfit. That's even better than Cloud and Drag. What was the line that, I think Cloud said? He says to Barret, "You look like a bear wearing a marshmallow." Helping for Cloud Drag. Yeah, we never even get, like, an actual cutscene with him that way. It's too bad. It's just how they... you only really get to see him in the polygons. Stan could have had cake and drank an energy drink, but I toughed through and chose healthy decisions. Good for you, Sunset. Hey, I made a conscious decision not too long ago to somewhat change my diet. It's nothing drastic, and, you know, like, I'm not cutting... Obviously, I'm not cutting out alcohol or anything like that, but just trying to include, like, more vegetables and salads and things along those lines, and combine that with the yoga that I started doing, and I have dropped like 15 pounds in the past 2 months, and even more importantly than that, I just feel great. That's the most important thing about, like, you know, doing healthy stuff. It's not how you look or how you present yourself to others. It's just about feeling good. And if you have that, that's the most important part. Also, drinking as much water as humanly possible. And that was just convenient timing that I was talking about water as I took a sip of it. Spooky says his diet sucks. Well, you know, it's not like it's mandatory for anyone. You know, it's... As long as you're still alive. Like, I'm not going to make any personal judgments on people for what they eat. Sun says you're a fruit guy. Yeah, I mean, I eat a healthy amount of fruit also. Like, Granny Smith apples are a favorite snack of mine. Just because he's a fruity guy. Well, you certainly included a lot of strawberries in your diet, so I kind of had you pegged for that regardless. But what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not, like... I don't know. As long as you're not just constantly shoving tons and tons of... awful candies and fast food, like, every single day, I think you're somewhat okay. And, you know, there's room for that, like, sparingly. You just don't want to do it every single day, because eventually it'll catch up with you. Like, that's when I really noticed it, because I think we talked about this before. I think I'm a little bit older than most of the people that have been in this room, so that's when I started to notice it. Like, once I personally hit 30, some metabolism stuff started slowing down just a little bit, and that's why I said, like, okay, maybe I gotta back off of certain things. Yeah, work on eating more fruits, less snacks. And it seems to have just added fruits onto the snacks. Well, I mean, it's a start, you know. Fruits are great because a lot of fruits have fiber in them, and fiber keeps you regular, and that's a great thing too. Now I sound like I'm a fucking nutritionist, which I'm not even close to being. I can tell you this much, there are a lot of people away from their homes tonight on this illustrious holiday that we have, that are not making anything remotely resembling healthy decisions, whether it's related to their eating or otherwise. And I'm just glad that I'm not on the road tonight. Because it's bad enough that St. Patrick's Day has become what it has, and I can only imagine what it's like for, you know, the fact that it's on a Friday this year, so people are going to double down on their stupid decisions. Let's see here. I can get Tifa up. Next level 2 off. Alright. Alright, I'll get Tifa up to 15, and then we'll go into Calm. Turn the old hot tub room into a weight room. Nice, nice. Yeah, I don't do a lot with weights, Spooky. What I do is, I don't know if you've ever heard of DDP yoga, but it's a kind of yoga that really focuses on strength as much as the cardio stuff. And I do that for an hour, and it completely kicks my ass, and it leaves me drenched in sweat and just overall, like, feeling great. Like, even if I wake up like, oh man, I don't necessarily feel like exercising right now. Once you get like 20 minutes into it, you're like, okay, why didn't I do this before? Like, this feels great as far as motivational stuff. And I seem to have learned an enemy skill. Okay. I was hoping you're in a stream, and I said yesterday I was going to... Yeah, I was, I got started a little bit later than I wanted to, but I watched John Wick tonight, and holy shit, was that an awesome movie. I mean, I'm not, like, the biggest Keanu Reeves fan in the world, but oh my god, was that awesome. Oh, Spooky, you were a boxer before. Okay, that's cool. I never got into boxing. There was one time when I was in high school that we did boxing for like I think like 2 or 3 days in the gym, excuse me, in gym class, but then someone's parent complained that it was going to be too violent, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Which is ironic because I was in a Catholic high school that I would have said Jesus Christ, but it's ridiculous that's how it was stopped, that someone's parent ended up complaining. And now I can just imagine that it's not even a possibility, Catholic school or otherwise. Middle school through half of high school for boxing. That's pretty cool, dude. Now, did your schools have like a team for it, or was that just something that you did elsewhere? Okay, yeah, Cloud's at 16. So yeah, we're gonna save here. And we're gonna head inside Calm. Wasn't hosted by the school, it was hosted by a local gym. Okay, cool. I kind of figured that's what it was, because I don't know how many schools I've heard that have had actual like boxing teams. Oh, the gym teacher was nice enough to give you credits for going to it. Dude, that's really cool. Okay, you can save your game whenever you like on the world map. Okay, learn Matrix Magic. I did that. I can steal atomic scissors from custom sweepers. Did I even find a custom sweeper? I don't think so. The prowlers in this area can steal your items. Steal ethers. Visit the column is mandatory. Okay. Yes, we have reached Calm. Only way I got out of gym was fighting people in a ring. Well, I got out of gym for 1 year because I was in the marching band for 1 year. I was a drummer. And for some reason, if you were in band, you were able to skip gym. I'm not really sure how that worked out, but anyway, that's how it worked at my school. Twice a week was enough to get out of gym for the week. That sounds like a hell of a lot more intense than just, playing like... shit, I don't know, dodgeball or kickball or... Actually, I bet they don't even do dodgeball anymore because it's probably too competitive and dangerous for kids the way things are now. Yeah, I was ambivalent toward gym because I was never that athletic, and so I was never picked like last for everything, but I was on the lower end. And when I was a kid, I played 2 years of Little League Baseball, but that was it. And I was exactly where I should have been. I was in the outfield, in either left or right field, not center field, because that was way too much responsibility for someone like me who was terrible. And I was at the bottom of the batting order, exactly where I belonged. I think I got 1 or 2 bunt singles the entire time I played, And one time I caught a fly ball to end a game. That was like the highlight of my athletic career. So... So baseball, track, and football. Yeah, I never fucked with football. That was, there was no way in hell that was going to end well for me if I had even attempted football. School did a lot of dodgeball, but it was running a mile twice a week and tons of mini workouts. I mean, I kind of like that better because that gives you actual exercise as opposed to just, you know, hitting kids in the face with rubber balls. As fun as that may have been at the time, it was probably a little debilitating for certain people. Can't play baseball anymore, got a bad injury and a traumatized me. That sucks. I mean, baseball was always fun, even if I sucked at it. Like, that was always my favorite sport, not just to play, but to watch also, but because I was always a real nerd with statistics and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to be a pitcher, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it probably would have, at such a young age, you know, I was playing when I was like 9 or 10. That would have destroyed my rotator cuff at a very early age. They were made of foam. Well, I mean, the ones that we used were these, like, you know, they were sort of like rubber and what's the word I'm looking for? Like ribbed on the outside almost. So I mean, if you got hit with them, it wasn't gonna knock you out, but I mean, you were gonna feel it. Hit in the face by a baseball and lost a couple of... Ooh, damn, Sunset, that sounds terrible. Yeah, Spooky's exactly right. You had to literally dislocate your arm throwing them to get it more than 2 feet. Like, I can't imagine actually winding up and throwing one of those things at people. As I'm distracting people from Cloud's big flashback here. See, Cloud and Sephiroth used to be good old buddies. Sunset's excited for the remake of this because Sephiroth and Cloud remade. Oh god, the new round of fan fiction that is going to be spawned from this remake is going to be incredible. I was hit in the face by a baseball when I was like 6 by my dad, who was a player when he went through school. It scared me all away from it. Jesus. Dude, I gotta tell you, when I was... I'm trying to think of how old I was. I must have been about... I want to say 8 or 9, and I went to a Philadelphia Phillies baseball game, and it was the Phillies were having a shit night. Like, they went through they went through almost their entire bullpen, and around the 5th or 6th pitcher that they brought out, it was this guy named Norm Charlton. I don't know if he ever went on to do anything else, but he took a line drive straight to like the bridge of his nose, and just I'll never ever forget for the rest of my life, because we were on like the first base line, like maybe 9 rows up from the dugout, and the sound of the baseball like connecting with his face, it'll fucking haunt me until the day I die. And the amount of blood that they had to mop up from the pitcher's mound after this happened was just like, it's not something that I really probably should have been subjected to at such an early age. But and even somehow after that, I still wanted to play Little League. So I guess I was a real sick guy at a very young age. So he didn't mean to. He was famous for hitting the pitcher, and it was one of those plastic balls too. Yeah, I mean, when you're throwing with such velocity, it really doesn't take much. remember the incident perfectly, but Flash just remember you dropping, yelling at me, spitting up blood in the bathroom, and me in bed. I mean, that Sunset, that's probably all you really want to remember. God, look at what a nervous Nelly Cloud is. And unfortunately, even in this PS4 port, they could not be bothered to give Sephiroth a mouth. Cloud's such a mark. He's so cute. And spoiler alert, none of this is actually real because Cloud was never a member of Soldier. Sephiroth is... I can kill them all, Cloud. You do know that, right? Yeah, he doesn't need a mouth. Hell, I mean, Sephiroth is such a sadistic bastard. He doesn't really need eyes. So he can just kill you with his mind. He's like River from Firefly. Mr. Sephiroth. What are you, Nick Cave singing about Stagger Lee? Come on, man. Brutal creatures, right. That was nice of them, too, to show respect to Monster by capitalizing that word. So you know that it's a badass, whatever it is. Yeah, Cloud is so dead here. Yeah, he stands no chance. Bye, Cloud. That's right. Sephi's got this. You just lay there. Papa's got it. Papa will take care of it. I don't think I've ever seen Sephiroth panic or get scared. No, and even at the very end of this game, when you finally kill him, the look on his face is more of it's not panic or fear. It's just like shock. Like, holy shit, you actually did that. And then he just explodes. But yeah, when the PS4 version of Final Fantasy XII comes out, I will be streaming that on day one, as well a lot of other people, I'm sure. But I'm really excited about that because more than any other Final Fantasy game, 12 was the one that I had the most fun just grinding and leveling up, because the battle system was just so much fun to just keep persevering with. Actually, and I think 13 honestly gets too much shit because people would always say, oh, it's too linear. Like, yeah, okay, well, yeah, it starts out linear. That's fine. But the battle system in 13 was also fantastic. And I had a hell of a lot of fun, like, swapping out all of those paradigms and figuring out what was the best way to go after each fight. And it was a lot of fun that way. And this, okay, the story wasn't anything particularly special, but it was still good. It wasn't terrible. Like, no Final Fantasy has had a flat-out bad story, period. And, like, even going back to the very first one, it was just, here's 4 warriors. They have to save the world. Let's go. Sunset, you never finished 13. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they wrap it up pretty well. It was, I don't want to say it was obvious that they were going to do any sort of direct sequel, but it certainly left it open for them to do such a thing. But if you ever get back around to it, I'm sure you will enjoy it. Oh my god, this music again. Okay, Sunset got to a boss you couldn't beat, so you raged and quit. Yeah, you know, I have, like... I don't know if this is a negative trait or not, but, I have, like, an inability to quit playing a video game and move on to something else. It's something that I developed, like, somewhat recently, within the past, like, 5 years, and I don't know what it is, but I can tell you there are, like... There may be 2 or 3 games that I started and then stopped because I couldn't beat them. Although I will tell you one of them. That was the GoldenEye remake that they put on the Wii, and then they later put it on the PS3 and the 360. The remake of GoldenEye. On the hardest difficulty, the last level, there was such a ridiculous spike in how hard it was. It was bullshit. Like, the rest of the game, it was challenging, but it was doable. And then all of a sudden, they're throwing 10, 12 guys at you at once in this last room while the entire room is burning to the ground. And I probably tried 20 different times, and I just, you know what? Screw this. There are like 30 other games I could be playing right now. Yeah, the original GoldenEye I beat a couple of times, but the remake just infuriated me, and it's a shame, too. Because, again, the rest of it was very enjoyable. And I love Sephiroth's laugh, too. Like, he has to actually hold his chest because he's laughing so goddamn hard. Christ. Hey, Ghost Rider, how you doing? What's my move? Oh, okay, now I'm actually moving. So 5 stages into Ninja Gaiden 3 earlier today. That sounds pretty incredible. 4 stages in a country. Wow, you were really plugging away there. Okay, I swear to God, when I was I mean, not a kid, but when I first played this game, I used to stand just like this, too, because I was such a Cloud fanboy. And I know I think of him as kind of a douche now, but I would do this whole thing, you know, he puts the one shoulder out, and then he turns one foot this way, and the other... Yeah, I was a strange kid. I still am. Oh, Christ, I picked this already. Playing with the rarest game, Little Samson. Okay, so that's the one that you got, what did you say? It was from, like, it was a reproduction cart, right? Something that would have otherwise been impossible to get a legitimate copy. Okay, so the multi-card, okay. Okay, so random question, newbie question. Is Sephiroth officially dead? Yeah, according to... he comes back for... He comes back for one more fight in Advent Children, but then they manage to finally put him away for good. Advent Children, you can only really appreciate, I think, if you have played Final Fantasy VII from beginning to end. It's one of the better video game movies ever made, but that's also because it was not, it wasn't like your typical Hollywood video game adaptation. So, yeah, if you're going by Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, yeah, Sephiroth is dead and buried. Oh, so Ninja Gaiden 3 and Contra are also on that multi-card. Okay. It's one thing I had seen. Yeah, dude, Advent Children is so awesome. I mean, not just in terms of fan service, but in terms of like being a great video game movie. Like it's the exact opposite of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, which I saw that pile of shit in theaters, and I still can't believe that I contributed. Honestly, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within is part of the reason that Square ended up merging with Enix, because they lost so much money on that movie that they, at the time, they almost had no other choice. They had to completely reorganize. Like, I remember they were going to do, even on the PlayStation 2, they were talking about doing some, like, retro Final Fantasy collection at the time, and once that movie tanked, and once they lost as much as they did on that, they said, okay, we got to figure out this shit, because they lost, like, I think they lost about $150 million on that, and at the time, this is 2001, that was about 16 years ago when that came out. That was an astronomical amount of money to lose. I mean, it still is, but 150 million back then is strangely and crazily more than it is now. Headless spook living in the Shinra building. That's one way to describe Genova. Contra's so much better when you're not using the Konami code for 30 lives. I wonder also if they put that Konami code in with the later ones that they put on. There was at least one. Excuse me. There was at least one Contra game on the PlayStation that was not very good at all, and then there were two on the PS2 that were very good. It's only fun when you don't cheat. Period. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's room to just, if you want to complete it, to put in the code for the hell of it. But yeah, it's always more fun when you don't cheat. The case in point, Castlevania 3. Sephiroth kill Aeris. Yes, Sunset. Sephiroth is the culprit. There's an iconic, and I say that in like the non-Ubisoft way of saying iconic, scene at the end of Disc 1 where Aeris is praying and Sephiroth just descends and drives his sword directly through Aeris and kills her instantly. I mean, it was from 20 years ago, and I'll remember it until the day I die, because there were, up until that point, especially not being much of a PC gamer, there were only so many characters that I had really emotionally resonated with in terms of making a connection on that kind of level. Like, I mean, you can, up until that point, you can relate to characters in books and movies, but there were not a lot of console games that told a more mature story. Not that this is the most, like, I don't want to say mature in terms of, like, oh, there's sex and violence and things like that, but in the manner that's, like I said, you can connect with them. And when that happened, it made you realize, holy shit, I actually really deeply cared for Aerith for this longest time. Like, I spent so much time devoting to her. Maybe you as Cloud, maybe because you're identifying with him as a protagonist, she was the one that you dated during the Gold Saucer scene, and then just like that, she's gone. And you can no longer equip her with any weapons. You can no longer have her in your party, and it was a pretty impactful moment at the time. And Ghost Rider, yeah, the only way you're going to get good at Contra is learn from your mistakes and not cheat. Is learning discipline. Because the last thing we want to lack is discipline. Because I was lacking discipline earlier tonight because I ate an entire goddamn pizza by myself. So boy, do I need to work out in the morning. Yeah, sometimes memorizing the game's tricks is all you can do. Yeah, that's so nice of Sephiroth Sensei. You may visit your family and friends. Let's see here. Speak with Sephiroth, explore the town, stop by. Okay. Alright, so we'll get back to Sephiroth in a minute. I've seen the end of this game. Yes, Ghost Rider, I have beaten Final Fantasy VII before. It's been a very, very long time, but yes, I have finished it. I don't take pictures of nobodies. Fuck you. Nobody. Well, yeah, I'm actually a complete nobody because look at that picture. Look at what a child Cloud looks like. He's all level 1 and somehow his hair is still exactly the same, but it's all 140 hit points. Sephiroth is the final boss. Yes, and he has 2 stages. Technically he has 3, but the last stage of his fight is really just sort of a storyline kind of deal. Yeah, he has 2 forms. The first one is something where, if I remember correctly, you form... At that point, you can have a maximum of 8 characters, and you can freely switch off between 3 different groups of whatever you party. So you've got one party of 3, another party of 3, and then another of 2. So you can work on different sides of him. And then... I think whichever one you beat that form with, you'll go on to face his second form. Strange. I didn't remember this bit about his mother. To beat Castlevania 3, I suggest you do Contra soon, the original NES game. That's definitely on the list, Ghost Rider. And now, this is... But the other thing is, see, technically speaking, this scene is completely fabricated because he's telling his mom a bunch of stuff that never even happened. Classic Konami awesomeness at its finest, the sheer height of greatness and difficulty. Yeah, I mean, I've played Contra before, but I came nowhere near beating it. You should have an older girlfriend, one that'll take care of you. I know you can't cook. Somewhere along the way, Cloud has probably burnt instant mac and cheese. ABGN could beat it at 9 years old, you'll beat it too. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I have a big confidence boost after finishing Castlevania 3. Yes, Tifa, I went in your house. And did I go into Tifa's room? I believe I did. Did I read Tifa's letter? No. It's orthopedic underwear. Jesus Christ. I'm just kidding. Or seems to be the eternal frustration with the game that scarred you for years. Yeah, I think the original Castlevania haunted me a little bit more than 3 did. So being able to beat that a little bit earlier was really nice. Castlevania 1 is easily beatable in 20 minutes if you know what you're doing, especially in the Great Britain. Well, yeah, and the other thing is that there isn't... that game's not nearly as long. I mean, there were, what, like... first Castlevania has, like, 6 stages. There's something about that piano melody that I have to remember for later. I just can't remember exactly what it is. Inside the inn. Okay. Yeah, holy water the shit out of every enemy on that stage, you'll be fine. I seem to remember that working out pretty well. I want to make an end game boss you can beat in one hit. Also kill you in one hit. You can teleport and go transparent as well, and can teleport straight to you on a blink. Dual blades you can extend and distance anytime. Also, one blade will have piano wire that can tie you up and sever your body. Also, one shot. Well, honestly, Sunset, that sounds like Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1 in that optional battle. So I think you just described him pretty well. Although I don't remember him having piano wire at his disposal. That would have been just like some really sick icing on the cake. Yeah, 2 holy waters to kill those knights that throw axes at you. Yeah, and I stood there like an idiot. And just whipped him like 13 or 14 times, whatever the hell. Oh, it was 9, okay. Shinra, salsa. So Cloud wants to be a hero. The Holy Water, you're pretty much screwed on that final room on the Grim Reaper stage. Yeah, I don't remember if I had Holy Water with me or not. A lot of monsters in the last 12 months. Other than that, not much change. Nothing much exciting happens in a little town like this. It was fine where they were still building it. Okay, Sunset, a boss worse than Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts. Now, who would that be? Oh my god, you're right. The Medusa heads from both sides and 2 knights throwing you at altitudes. That was an exercise in multitasking mentally. That bastard you fight at the clock tower. The clock tower. Are we still talking about... Yeah, we are talking about Kingdom Hearts. Okay, so the clock tower... Which one was that? Clock tower. No, wait. Which one was that? Because I'm blanking on who that was. So Kingdom Hearts 1, Clock Tower boss. Oh yeah, Ghost Rider. Holy water was a lifesaver on that first Castlevania for sure. Phantom-like guy, you have to cast stop on the clock and use specific spells on him. Is that shit, is that Chernobog from Fantasia that we're thinking of, or is that somebody else? This is gonna bug me. You know what? I gotta look this up myself. Because Kingdom Hearts, Clock Tower. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is just, it's like, it's just called Phantom. Okay. Yeah, that's right. I don't know why I was thinking of Chernobog, but, yeah, Sunset, you're right. That was not, now I'm remembering it. No, that was not fun by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, there were a couple bosses that they threw in there that are just, like, rage-inducing, because for the most part, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are pretty much button mashers that's, you could just sort of brute force right through. But every now and then they would throw you one that you had to employ like legitimate strategy for, and it just came out of nowhere. Holy water is in one candle throughout the whole stage. You gotta carry it all the way to the end, right at the beginning where the first staircase is. Yeah, Ghost, I don't remember if I ended up picking that up or not, because that seems like something I would have to remember, obviously, from the very beginning. Short one bed. That's interesting. I think they let me take a picture. God, he sounds like a fucking... He sounds like a fucking wrestling fan. Test of Castlevania Bloodlines Repro. Model 2 Genesis sounds shit. Never heard of Genesis sound... Oh, that sucks. So is that something specific to that cartridge, or is that because of it being a Model 2? I want to steal Tifa's hat. I really like that hat. I need a new hat, actually. Spooky's getting tired. I don't blame you, man. It's getting a little late. Yeah, because I logged on a little bit late tonight. So thinking about someone I lost earlier that's distracting me, so thank you. Hey, Sunset, I'm glad I could help, man. I just hope you're doing well. You know? Anything at all that I can do to entertain or distract or whatever it is that you need. Last revision of Model 1, the first batch is of Model 2. Okay. Alright, Spooky, I'll catch you next time. I'm definitely not going to be on tomorrow, but hopefully I will pop on at some point Sunday night if you can be around. It's one of the earlier Model 2s and it's garbage. Yeah, that just sucks, dude. The cold mountain air of Mount Nibel was the same. Oh, we finally shifted music here. Or the Model 1 I have eyes on next week. Gotta use the thing. I'm gonna stream a console with garbage sound like that. Yeah, it's, I mean, I guess the next best thing would be to just, excuse me, stream an emulation. Oh, this is where, yeah, the bridge collapses. Okay, yeah, and this is what proves that every single Final Fantasy character, at least in this game, is completely superhuman, because nobody would have survived that fall. Stream Bloodlines and Ghouls and Ghosts on real hardware is where it's at. Well, that's a fair point. I mean, you want to be as authentic as possible. That's the 1 ounce of sympathy that Sephiroth shows in this entire game. He acknowledges that it might sound cruel, but we cannot search for him. Look at that. Sephiroth, level 50. Look at all this fucking materia, too. He's got everything master. He's got a Master Revive, Master Restore, Mastered Earth Withal, Master Fire. And then, look at this, too. I try to remove the materia. He's like, yeah, fuck you. You're not getting any of this. And here's Cloud with his cute little preemptive that has no AP whatsoever. Yeah, stream it with a CRT, that's a good method. And why is he in your party? He's the final boss. This is a flashback, actually. This is... What you're seeing right now in this narrative is taking place 5 years before the present storyline. So, this is just one big flashback. So I can't really do anything else until I get to the mansion. What happened to Sephiroth that made him turn evil? Actually, Ghost Rider, at the end of this flashback, you're going to find out. So if you're interested, I'll just let this play out. And I don't have to do anything. That is so awesome. Definitely want to see. He was a good guy before. Yeah, in a manner of speaking, he was. And in the PSP game, which is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, you actually get to explore a little bit more of that. Just like Anakin, he turned to the dark side. Yeah, there's some definite parallels with what turned Anakin into Darth Vader and what turned Sephiroth into the evil incarnation, or well, not incarnation, but just the what turned him. You were in Soldier and you didn't even know that? Fucking rookie. Once told me never to use unscientific terms like mysterious power. Part of me wishes Sega would come back with a new console. I don't know. I'm kind of split on that, Ghost Rider. I mean, they had some. There were some great hits with. The Genesis was a pretty good console, but. I mean, let's be honest here. They fucked up big time with the 32X. The Sega CD had probably 5 good games. The Sega Saturn was a complete failure outside of Japan because it was a terrible system to program for. And then by the time they got their act together with the Dreamcast, everybody had pretty much given up on them. And then once the PlayStation 2 came out less than a year later, it was pretty much game over. No pun intended. I mean, I have a Dreamcast, and I'm very happy that I do, but I think in some ways they've been better off as a software developer since then. And yeah, the Genesis was their best by far. Yeah, no doubt about that. Sephiroth describes Hojo as a walking massive complexes. It's very nice of them, by the way, in this flashback to not make me walk the entire distance of this mountain. because that's something we will have to do later when we actually explore this section in real time. Or not real time, but present time is the term that I'm looking for there. We took the long way through. Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it there. Sega would still be capable of making a console nowadays. They got the brains for it. I mean, they might have the brains for it as far as the, you know, technology goes, but do they have the business sense for it? Because that's where they failed completely in the past. Eyelash. All they need to do is make another Dreamcast that won't fail like before. Yeah, I mean, there was some rumor that got started a little while ago about, like, they were gonna do like a Dreamcast 2 or something like that. I don't know how the hell that got started, but it really blew up and people were starting to take it seriously. Sunset's comfy. Hey, I agree, man. I got a good chair here. I got wine. I got cool people in the chat, so we're all set. This is this beats the shit out of drinking crappy, stale, green-colored beer at a dive bar somewhere. By the way, there's no way that routine maintenance could have been performed on this reactor if this is the only way to get in there. Like, I have to cross those metal beams, I have to climb down a metal chain. Like, just imagine, like, a typical service tech trying to work on this thing. A mistake that is repeated is no better than history written with invisible ink. Sunset, you should get into writing, like, fortunes that they put inside of cookies. Because at this point, yours are a hell of a lot better than any of the ones that I've gotten out of the fortune cookies that I've gotten. Hell, fortune cookies don't even have, like, actual fortunes in them anymore. They're just these, like, bullshit, inspirational quotes that you could, you know, find on memes. Nintendo just put out the Switch. Sega would get crushed immediately. The Switch is selling in heaps right now. Yeah, now, with what Sun said, with what you're saying, the Switch is broke. See, I've read a little bit that there were, like, some basic hardware issues, and I almost never get any new system at launch anyway, so I'm kind of glad that I didn't this time around. This right here is one of the more particularly disturbing scenes in this game, if not the entire Final Fantasy series. Like, really, this entire sequence. Come on, Cloud. Just get up there. Come on, what are you doing? There we go. Look through the window. Ugh. Yeah, what indeed? Okay, the Wii U was Nintendo's Sega Saturn in a way. Well, let's see. I mean, alright, so let's take a look here. How many... Okay, let's see here. Sega Saturn total sales. Sega Saturn sold a total of 9.26 million units. Nintendo Wii U total sales. Now, I'm not looking at software. I'm looking at console numbers here. Best-selling game consoles. Where are we here? Okay, so yeah, I mean, the Wii U has it by a few million, but I can kind of see your point there, Ghost Rider, because it was, Listen, I love my Wii U. I love having it, and I truly wish that more developers had taken advantage of it, but unfortunately, much like the Saturn, so I guess, kind of to your point, it just was not marketed properly. Like, just calling it the Wii U really confused a lot of people that don't pay attention every day to video games. So they were very confused as to, you know, is this a new system? Is it just an upgrade? You know, what is this thing, and why is it called the Wii U when the last one was called the Wii? Switches to Dreamcast, it's not going to fail in the market. Well, it's only been out for what, like a week or two, and it's already close to like 2 million. So that's certainly off to a good start. Okay, Sephiroth's gonna freak out right now. Yeah. So, Ghost Rider, to answer your question about Sephiroth, it kind of starts right here. Sega got their act together with the Dreamcast, as Nintendo is doing the same with the Switch, basically. Yeah, and it's weird how it worked out, because the original Wii was such a ridiculous runaway success. mean, I still have mine, but mainly that's because that gives me the ability to play GameCube games with progressive scan in the highest resolution that you can play GameCube games. Ugh. God. Yeah, the Wii is kind of their Genesis minus the add-ons. I would say it's even more, not even more. I mean, much more successful than the Genesis ever was. Because I mean, I don't know if you remember it, but I mean, the Wii when that first came out, and for those first couple of years, you were finding Wii systems in places that had never even played games before. I mean, there were, um, dive bars and nursing homes that were hosting Wii Sports just because it was so accessible. Yeah, let's take a breather and save the game. I mean, we're certainly not gonna call it quits or anything, but that's quite the extensive flashback, and we're not even done yet. It's like only halfway through. It's pretty amazing. We've only been to 2 towns so far, and we're 8 hours and 45 minutes in. Although a significant chunk of that game clock is me just sitting here and talking. Jesus, 9 hours and 47 minutes. Okay. What time in the Genesis 2? Soon. Snag a Model 1. I'll be left with a Genesis you can't stream with. Yeah, and you don't want that because you want a quality stream. It's that Gildo. Yeah, Sunset, I really haven't spent a whole lot because there just hasn't been a lot of stuff to buy up to this point. Um, I stole that great weapon for Eris, which I should probably equip once I get done with this. And aside from that, there aren't a lot of great shops throughout Midgar. Ghost Rider's getting some water. You make sure to do that. You got to keep yourself hydrated. Cloud, stop fucking standing there like a GQ model and just get inside and go after Sephiroth. Jesus. Okay, go upstairs. On the right. Yeah. There's nothing we can really do in here for right now. I mean, we'll go on a little tour of the mansion here, but there's nothing to find. Except for a bunch of empty treasure chests. Sephiroth was an alien. Not exactly an alien. He was, more or less manufactured. That's what we're building up to. Once we discover him, yeah, once I get my ass to actually getting to the basement, that's what we're going to find out. That, for all intents and purposes, Sephiroth was manufactured. I'm just taking the scenic route around the mansion. There's not a whole lot I can do in here right now until we come back to present-day Nibelheim. Oh shit, it's in the other place. Yeah, it's down here. It's a hell of a hidden passage to have underneath a mansion. It's a hard realization to come to grips with. No wonder he... Yeah, man, I mean, it's... In some ways, everything that happens... I mean, okay, see, now you're... This is where we find out exactly what happens. I want to see if Ghost Rider can come back for this. But yeah, it's kind of understandable why Sephiroth reacted and lashed out the way he did. Because, I mean, if you discover that you're just some lab specimen that was created and really doesn't have a true purpose other than being some sort of perfect experiment, then how would you feel? And I think that's exactly what that's... I'm having flashbacks now because I think that's exactly what he says later. Okay, good. Ghost Rider's back because we're about to find out exactly why Sephiroth did what he did, or does what he does, because we're building up to it. And this is good because I kind of wanted the refresher too. I'm afraid not, Sephiroth. Yeah, I don't think there's... Yeah, there's nothing in here for me to find. And Sephiroth is just... He's not interested in talking. There's a lot more stuff in here, but we can't really do anything. He just doesn't want to be bothered right now. And, again, understandably. Okay, I just got chills with that when that music kicked in, and really now you know something bad's gonna go down. Yeah, he basically turned insane because he found out what he really was. That's exactly. Yeah, just wait until you see what happens. If thoughts are a heart monitor and words are an IV, will love be the morphine I so desperately seek? It almost sounds like something Sephiroth could say, Sunset. You better be writing all this shit down somewhere. This guy. Sephiroth seems different. Why couldn't he hold his anger back? I think that's more of what we're gonna get into that a little bit. And it's, I mean, because here's the other thing: when you're as powerful as he is, I mean, just even if you just took a look at like, okay, let's boil it down to just statistics. Like, you saw where, okay, Cloud's 16 years old, and let's categorize that into RPG statistics. Level 1, 140 HP. Sephiroth, on the other hand, who is really, I mean, yeah, he's quote unquote legendary, but at the same time, you saw all of his equipment a little bit ago. You saw all the maxed out materia that he's working with. You saw the way that he had, you know, leveled everything up throughout the course of however long he's been fighting. So when you have that sort of power, it may not be possible to control it. But then again, I may be glossing over the details of this. Because it's been a while since I played through this whole plot, and now it's just, okay, that just doesn't sound good. Like, you don't want to hear someone like that just laughing. What is that little... There's like a strange outline there. Oh my god, yeah, Sephiroth's voice actor in Advent Short, and apparently Sunset, they are bringing back everyone who did voices in Advent Children, provided they're all available, to do the same parts for the remake, which is exactly how it should be, and I'm happy to hear that. As you ignorant Schrader. Setra was an itinerant... That's a word you don't really hear, is itinerant race. Those who disliked journeying appeared. The problem with the remake is it's turn-based like this. Yeah, I don't know that I have a problem with that Ghost Rider. I can understand wanting to adapt it a little bit. I mean, I get that you might want some of that old school feel to it, but if it ends up feeling more like Kingdom Hearts, I'm okay with that too. Um, I mean, technically speaking, Final Fantasy 13 was turn-based. It just had a very different visual presentation. So you're not okay with the change personally, but you know, I mean, you're right. At the same time, I do love the earlier ones where you know, um, you charged up your ATB gauge and then you took your turn. Going to be episode, but yes, Sunset, you're right. The first episode, from what I understand, is basically going to be just Midgar, and every single episode is going to be the size of the entirety of Final Fantasy 13, which is just insane. So God only knows how long it's going to take to actually finish the entire. Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at like. I don't even want to think how they're going to manage to finish this, but conceivably you could be looking at God, 6, 7, maybe 8 episodes, depending on just how big it's going to be. Well, they at least have the courtesy to put a full turn-based mode in, though. I'm not sure, Ghost Rider. They've been there still isn't a lot of concrete information about the battle system in this game. I mean, hell, there's not a whole lot of concrete information about the game itself right now because they're still pretty hard at work on it. And I'm okay with that because I would love to see them take as much time as is needed on it. Much like the Resident Evil 2 remake, which we haven't seen a thing about. Wouldn't even call it Final Fantasy VII without it being that style. Well, I don't know about that part because I mean there's so much to the words Final Fantasy VII that resonate with me more than just the battle system. Like especially for as much as I love this plot and this storyline and the characters, those speak to me a little bit more than the battle system do. I mean that's just me, but that's what resonated with me. Next time I have a Halloween party, I'm just gonna pipe this music in over the speakers. It's turning it into Secret of Mana that way. I guess there's an argument to be made for that. Yeah. Okay, see, I just got a little chill again there. I am what was produced. Secret of Mana is a good game. Final Fantasy doesn't need to try to be that game. I don't know that that's what it's trying for. I think it's just going to, you know, be what a remake really aspires to be, and that it retains a lot of the original while trying to introduce a lot of new people to its story and its characters. Kingdom Hearts story is going to be the same as combat style as Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, Sunset, that wouldn't shock me because it has the same director. What the hell is his name? Tetsuya Nomura, I think. I hope I'm saying that right. Professor Gast produced me. Look at that fucking... Look at that swagger that Sephiroth has. Like, just that way he walks is so goddamn unsettling. And then we kill the music. Okay, and now you know the shit is gonna... Like, it's on now. Now we've got problems. Like, at this point, we should be just running full force to see what the issue is. Square Enix doesn't know when to leave the game's full original style alone. They've made poor decisions. Well, see, I don't know that I agree with that, Ghost Rider, because you could say that about Final Fantasy XII, and that's one of my favorites of the entire series, and that's after the merger had happened, and that's after they had come together, and the battle system in 12 is one of my favorites of the entire series. It's like I was saying before, it's an offline MMO, and it's nothing at all like turn-based. And I still absolutely love it. Zangan asking me if I'm still sane. So now we're going inside our own house, and we're realizing that there's nothing to be found in there. There he is, just walking through the fire. How can they change what made them awesome, though? I mean, that's kind of what Capcom did with Resident Evil, because for a very long time, you know, like, the original Resident Evil was awesome, but there did come a point when you were like, okay, this is getting a little stale, so maybe we should change this up a little bit. And 10 years into... Yeah, that wasn't Sephiroth, that was the fucking devil. You're absolutely right. And if you think that was bad, just hang in there for another few minutes, because something worse is about to happen. Now, back when we were in Midgar, and Cloud had his momentary seizure, this is the scene that he flashed back to. So as you can see, Sephiroth killed Tifa's father. And yeah, there is definitely a market for full turn-based RPGs, and they're aware of that, and that's why you see the games getting re-released. There might not be, brand new ones being made, but well, yeah, sure, I Am Setsuna is one of them, and I'm trying to think of some other examples. I mean, you still got some. The biggest place for turn-based RPGs and the old school ones are not on full consoles, but on the handhelds. The 3DS and the Vita have a crazy amount of like great RPGs for that. Okay, now see I mean, this is like a full transformation at this point. Sephiroth has gone from legendary soldier to now he's turned into like Norman Bates. And Tifa is holding his sword, and you just know that this is not going to end well. Oh, God. Ugh. And miraculously, she lived through that. Yeah, he's satanic. There's no other way around it. No, Sunset, she does not die. Somehow she lives through that. I mean, I don't know how you survive a sword slash like that, but she made it through. Yeah, Tifa's very much alive. If Cloud knew what holy water was, Sephiroth would be dead by now. In a way, I think Sephiroth is more powerful than holy water. Especially when you see what he's capable of later. They've come again, but he's fucking Norman Bates, dude. He's Norman Bates with godly powers. Jesus, Cloud. I mean, listen, I'm sorry about your loss, but dude, at this point, do you really think Sephiroth gives a shit about your hometown? Now look at that. Look at that. Would you want to fight him? Would you want to fight him standing like that with a fucking sword that's as big as he is? Yes, I am the chosen one. I believe you, dude. You're not the Sephiroth I used to know. Well, at least Cloud has come to terms with that. If I could be throwing holy water at the guy right there and there, because that's the devil. Hey, Ghost Rider, you might stand a fighting chance. I'll give you that much. Alright, Vanessa says she can take him. I certainly hope so. Because one of us has to. And just when you thought it was going to get good... Yeah. Someone has to tell Barrett he has to tune in next week. That's an interesting slip in the story in terms of skill. I couldn't have killed him, so he's already admitting that there are some inconsistencies here in this narrative. And yes, official records state Sephiroth is dead, despite the 6-foot blade that we found implanted in the president of Shinra as we were exiting that building. Hey, Vanessa, how are you doing tonight? Or this morning, I guess, depending on what time zone you're watching from. I said, why wouldn't Shinra be in control of the media? Yeah, Ghost Rider, he's a little too alive. And Tifa may have thought wrong, but I mean, Tifa, I'm still shocked that she made it through that whole experience. Shipped it from Nebelheim to Midgar. It was missing from the Shinra block. Well, no, not entirely. It wasn't. My first playthrough. Vanessa, it was. This is my first playthrough in a very, very long time. I think if I'm taking a guess, it has been. 16 or 17 years. It's been a long time. That's my favorite about this whole thing. Barrett just rage quits the story. He's like, yeah, screw this. This doesn't make any sense. I'm out of here. Like, Sephiroth turns evil. He rips Geneva in half. Fuck this. I'm out of here. Gonna stand here while 7... No, I'm not gonna just stand here. But, you know, we're trying to take in the story, dude. He was survived only because of plot armor. You know, not only did she get, like, it looked like she should have gotten sliced in half, but, I mean, she took a hell of a bump falling down those stairs. I mean, that was a good 20 or 25 steps that she tumbled down. Oh, here's your answer. So how bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? See, he was sad, so, you know, Cloud is capable of showing emotion. He just has repressed it for quite a while. And clearly doesn't like to admit it either. And there's Red just... Red, I should have renamed him Spock, you know? Because he's the logical guy without throughout this whole narrative. What a fascinating story. Okay, so now I've got my cell phone, PHS, whatever you want to call it. Hey, where the hell are you guys going? Okay. Okay, so now that we're back to actually being able to move a bit. Alright, let's head back up here, because I think there's at least one item that I can find. Tell me you can't reach it, for Christ's sake. Come on. Cloud, for the love of God, what are you doing? What do you mean you can't reach it? Final Fantasy has dope music. Can't even front peaceful, spooky, and very... Yeah, dude, I have... Here, I'll show you. I have got it sitting right over here, because I had this in my car the other way. This is the very first imported soundtrack that I ever bought. This is the Final Fantasy VII original soundtrack, like, on disc. I bought this at a local music shop in 1998. That cost me $48 at the time, which was almost as much as the game itself. And I have still managed to hang on to that entire thing. It's one of my proudest possessions. And along with that, I have all of the soundtracks on disc for Final Fantasy IV through 10. And actually 10 too. So, it is pretty sick, Vanessa. That has been with me for a very, very long time. And I have managed to hold on to that through a lot of shit that I have been through in my life. And I'm glad that I still have it. The one thing that I did lose was disc 1, so I had to reburn that. But that's long out of print. I think maybe Square Enix had been selling it on their official website, maybe as a reprint, but I don't know if that's still happening or not. Wait, okay. Wait, can I get this one more? There we go. I just had to inspect it a bunch of times. And it really says something about the quality and the content of the soundtrack when there are more discs of music for the soundtrack than there were discs for the actual game. Final Fantasy VII was 3 discs. The soundtrack is 4. Which tells you what an absolute genius Nobuo Uematsu really is. And I got to see 2 live Final Fantasy concerts. The Distant Worlds tour that has been going on for a couple of years now. I saw them once in Baltimore and once in Boston, and they were just life-changing. Life-affirming, really. Okay, so fun fact, PHS, which is the cell phone that we picked up, is Party Hensai System, and Hensai means editing. So, and I guess the abbreviation of PHS is that it also stands for Personal Handy Phone System in Japan. So it's actually just one simple abbreviation after all. Uematsu has been a master of music from day one, absolutely. And Vanessa wants to punch me in the face and steal it. Hey, I can't blame you. I might have to defend it a little bit, along with the rest of my collection of Final Fantasy soundtracks, but I'm not gonna hold it against you for wanting it. Okay, so let's take a look here. Actually, I'm going to resize these windows because the stream thing is operating just fine. Uematsu did more music with Mitsuda again, like he did for 10 Terrax or Chrono Trigger. I think we get quite the soundtrack. Well, Mitsuda, I mean, you want to talk about incredible soundtracks. Let's talk about Xenogears, which is another game that I would love to stream eventually, because that's another one that I have on disc. And even though it's not as expensive as it used to be, because you can now get Xenogears on the PlayStation Network, I'm still very happy that I have Xenogears, like my own copy of it. That's another one that I've held on to for quite a while now. Okay, so let's head into the next house. So I've got an ether hidden behind the door under the stairs. Yep, there we go. Mitsuda did Xenogears. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Mitsuda is the composer of Xenogears. That's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I would absolutely put it up there with Chrono Trigger. Okay, no other treasures in this house. What does this little girl have to say? Thanks to Mako Energy, life's pretty darn convenient. Yeah, thanks to Shinra. Okay, look. Am I going to tell this little girl that she's full of it? Or maybe she's not a little girl. I don't know. This doesn't really matter anyway. We got anything up here? Does it have that Chrono Trigger-like sound and charm? Oh my god, Ghost Rider. The... Alright, you know what? Here, give me a second here, because I've got to pull up... This is one of my favorite songs ever. Never mind, like, video game soundtracks. This is one of my favorite pieces of music ever composed. I know there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but you should be hearing this, like, by the time I actually link it and put it in the window. That's just one piece of music from Xenogears. That's something I would love to have on disc, but unfortunately, I think the only soundtracks that I would find at this point are probably bootlegs. House in the middle contains... Okay, get the hell out of my way, because I'm trying to... Wait, where am I exiting? Oh my god, I went upstairs. Is that Johnny in the back? Absolutely. Yes, Vanessa, that is Johnny Cash in the infamous, fuck you, country music pose. Because after winning, I believe it was a Grammy, they did absolutely nothing to publicize that at all. Since I got lots of trouble in Midgar lately. This guy sounds like he should be on the front porch in a western somewhere. Also, thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, I've got a bunch of posters set up around this room. You just can't see them all in the camera angle that I have right now. I try to include like all the little Funko figures. So back there, I've got there's a Parappa poster sequestered in the background there, and also one for Twilight Princess. Okay, the last house, we're gonna grab the Peacemaker, and that's for somebody that we don't have yet. Suspicious looking man in a black cloak, carrying a mean looking sword. And there's our Peacemaker. Yeah, that's a Vincent weapon. I think there's anything else that I can find in this house. What the... What a great way to insult your sibling. He's so embarrassing I could just puke. What a way to say that you hate your brother. Jesus Christ. Oh, when I grow up I'm gonna be a soldier. Well, that's, hopefully in his case it's not delusional, because that's kind of the way it worked out for Cloud. Wait a second. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Taking a peek through the small window. No. 100% has that Chrono Trigger charm to it. Dude, that song... I don't remember the name of the town that you first hear that song in when you play it in Xenogears, but the first time I heard that, I just stopped. And I think I actually, like, set the controller down and I just listened to it because it was so fucking moving. That whole soundtrack, there's not one piece of filler in that entire soundtrack. It's kind of a shame, too, because the development of Xenogears really got shot to hell, and that's why the second disc is, it's basically... you could almost describe it as like a giant text dump. There's very, very little, excuse me, in terms of gameplay. And don't get me wrong, the story is still absolutely magical, but it really drops off from where the first disc was in terms of how much you're playing the game versus how much you're just reading the story. Now, I don't have as much of an issue with that. I mean, if a story's awesome, I'm fine with just sitting there and reading it, but I could understand where some people would get upset and would say, like, you know, what happened here? You know, why are we not, why aren't we fighting as much? Why aren't we getting into as many battles. But with Xenogears, I mean, the story was just so incredible. And so that turned into the Xenosaga series on the PlayStation 2, because initially Xenogears, I think, was supposed to be episode 5 in a 6-episode set, but it just didn't work out that way. So they did the 3 Xenosaga games on the PlayStation 2, and then God, what the hell was I forget the director's name, but so he went on to, yeah, it's peaceful as hell, and it's absolutely gorgeous sunset. It's honestly, I would put it right up there with Ecstasy of Gold by Ennio Morricone. It's just one of the best pieces of music I've ever heard in my life. So anyway, yeah, we went from Xenosaga to then on to oh Jesus Christ, Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii, and then Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, and I believe there's one more coming out on... They must be making it for the Switch, because they're in bed with Nintendo now. The single house on the right and check the door below the stairs to find another ether. Yeah, these townspeople are really hoarding ethers, man. Yeah, when you hear one of his songs, you can almost always guess it. Yeah, it's hard to mimic that style, you know. Well, I guess it's not hard to mimic that style, but it would be hard for Mitsuda to compose a song and not have you go, oh, that's definitely a Mitsuda composition. Absolutely. Okay, with the town explored... Okay, we're gonna make a stop at one of the stores located on the northern side of the village. If this guy would just get the hell out of the... Oh yeah, I had to talk to him to slow him down. Natural resources are being sucked dry. We're better off with the Mako energy. It sounds so relevant. Okay, let's see here. Item shop on the left doesn't sell much of interest, but the materia store sells... Is this a materia store? Yes, it is, because she just told me so. Okay. Alright, I'm going to take 1 earth, because I need that, and 1 heal. Hard not to know his Chrono Trigger, because it was his debut. I mean, and you know what? Listen, if that's the first thing that you ever composed, and you put out a soundtrack like that, man, you know you're destined for greatness. Over here is the weapons store. I don't think... Whoa, hello. Alright, so I got a better gun for Barrett. I'll take that one. Alright, now I could buy the Mithril Claw for Tifa, but it looks like I can steal something better for her in a little while, so I'm going to hold off on that. The Full Metal Staff, I don't need that, because I stole something for Eris that's better. Which I should probably hurry up and equip after, like, 5 hours of walking around with the fucking thing. There, Striking Staff. Look at that, it doubles her attack power. And I barely ever attack with her, but I'm going to use this anyway. Wait, when did I get another carbon bangle? That's pretty cool. Okay. Never write a bad song. Nope. Nope, it's not possible. I haven't heard a bad song from him. What's this? If I Vitality plus 10, Spirit plus 10. Do I need to accessorize these guys at all? Not really. Alright, let's put Earth on Tifa, and since Aerith is my magical girl, I'll put heal on her as well. And that only took down 10 HP, so that's not too bad. I think that's pretty much it for Calm. What's this kid doing? Old man was a miner. Couldn't go to work after monsters started appearing in the mines. Just sit around getting drunk at the bar. Well, that's a lifestyle. A famous floating city until it's not floating anymore, which is what we saw happen very quickly. Ava, what do you call 'ems that got pressed? Jesus, what an abbreviation. Ava, what do you call 'ems? That's a nice way to say avalanche. Jesus. Okay, I probably know what this already is, but how to use the world map. Okay, I know all this already. Chocobos will run away as soon as you get off them. No, I'm good. You really have told me nothing of value whatsoever. Okay. And so we're done here. I'm gonna save one more time after all that. Okay, so now we are going to head... Let's see here. How do I... Is there... Yeah, there we go. I want to head east to the Chocobo farm. That's the only place I can go. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to call up... Alright, Barrett's at 14. Aerith just hit 14. But I'm gonna swap out her just for a second so I can put this new weapon on Barrett. And yeah, take all this materia off you, because you're not fucking doing anything with it. Get steel. Yeah, we'll put cover on Cloud, because he's a tank. Swap you out again with Aerith. Red is still at level 15, so I don't need to do anything with him. Oh, he's composing for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so in for more excellent music from this guy. Well, I mean, hell, I have to catch up with everything Xeno-related, because Xenogears is the only one I've actually played through so far. At one point, I had Xenosaga, and the first one, I should say, and I got another copy of it for the PS2, and I was playing it, but I don't remember ever finishing it, so that's another one for the list. I mean, I'm honestly, I'm going to be dead by the time I finish all of the RPGs that I have wanted to play. Let's see here. We have poison, restore, heal, fire. There's some ice, and that should be everything, right? Okay. Fire, heal, restore, poison, and Tifa has earth. Okay. Anytime you see his name credited in the game, you'll know there's something good in there. Absolutely, Ghost Rider. Let me save again now that I've done all that tinkering. Alright, she's in the back row, and we're good. Wait. Why is... Oh, never mind. Okay. Something about that color difference was making me think Tifa had Fury, but it would have said so on the menu. So we get the same enemies as last time. This is no big deal. That's what I was looking for. That's good. Aerith is, you know, she's not powerful, but she's competent with attacking. Ghost Rider's got to get to sleep. All right, man. You have a good night. I'll catch you on, like I said, not tomorrow, but Sunday I'll probably be on with something. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what I'm going to play, so you have a good night. Hoping to stream Contra in the coming week. Dude, let me know when you do that, because I would love to tune in for that. Especially if I'm going to be, like, getting into some of the more classic stuff in the future. Okay. Come on, Cloud, hurry up. We gotta go wrangle us up some chocobos. So long, Ghost Rider. You guys have anything I could steal? I don't really think so, but... Okay, there is something I could steal, but I'm guessing it's nothing too spectacular. There we go. Oh, I got a high potion out of the deal. I mean, I'll take that. We're gonna make the farm before we... Okay, yeah, let me save right here. It's not as if that was an especially perilous situation, but... Hello. Look at these. I don't care how archaic these graphics are. They're still adorable. Chocobos rule. Why don't we just live here? Like, let me live on a chocobo farm. Okay, now I have to say just warp, right? Yeah, then we get the little... We get the chocobo dance. How do you not smile during this, man? If you don't love this, you have no soul. I haven't seen this in like 15 fucking years, so it just makes me so happy. Exactly, Sunset Chocos. How do you not love every single second of this? Do you know how many times I've heard that little piece of music in the car, listening to that soundtrack, and have forgotten what it actually looks like to hear the music accompany with the appropriate scene? Okay, and I got my first summon materia, which, you know, admittedly kind of sucks, but that's okay. Okay, so apparently if I pair the Choco Mog materia with Elemental in someone's weapon, it'll give me a wind element. Enemies are vulnerable to wind, and I will deal twice as much damage to them. It's best to equip this combination on a character who uses long range and is flanking enemies, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Alright, I'll get back to that when I put Barrett back in my party. Choco Bill. It's better than Bullet Bill. I'll give him that much. If it was Bullet Bill, I'd be jumping on his head, just out of habit after all these years. Zip through the marshes with a chocobo. That's the idea. Midgar Zolom. Based on an actual Norse creature with just a terribly translated name. Chocobos are a reason to smile. Dude, chocobos are like... Chocobos could warm a heart. Like, imagine... Alright, you know what? You know what should have happened in that original scene in Nibelheim? If Sephiroth had just hopped on a chocobo, he would have been fine. Like, he would have been like, okay, yeah, I was produced in a lab. Yes, I was a... genetic experiment. But you know what? I'm riding a chocobo. I don't care. I'm happy now. So when you get a snake monster, it's a particularly unnerving beast. Purse the chocobo, talk to the grandson. The stable's at the far right end of the farm. So yeah, who won? How you doing tonight? Am I looking for an... I mean, I'll take an inn. How about 100 gil? I can spare 100 gil. Yeah. I probably don't really need that much healing that I couldn't have done without, you know, a simple materia spell, but... The guy has cute chocobos. I want to pay him. Alright, so who won liked Final Fantasy VII, so you wanted to watch? Hey, thanks for coming in, dude. And you know what? I'm glad you did, because I was saying before, this is the first time in, like, over 15 years that I have played this game. I'm playing the PS4 port. I'm not sure if you can tell with the quality of the stream or not, but it's an absolute joy to be revisiting this. I mean, 9 and 10 will always be my favorites, but this holds a special place for me because this was the first Final Fantasy that got me into the series, like a lot of people. Well, I know that the chocobos have the claw prints, of course. And chocobo lore, of course, is the materia that I conveniently need. Which, even more conveniently, he's going to sell to me as soon as I'm done with this dialogue tree. So we have to defeat the monsters first before you catch the chocobo. Now that part I can remember. Is that all you can talk about? Cloud, you can be such a dick sometimes. You really can. Again, not as much of one as Squall, but still, you're a real, you're not a lot of fun sometimes. Run away from the smallest thing. This one's odd too because it's sci-fi, unlike most other. Yeah, you're right. And it was a very strange. Like, if you were someone who went from, if you were all in with the Final Fantasy series from the very beginning, to go from, like, even making the transition, like say, it was kind of impossible to have played Final Fantasy V in the United States, and then go on to 6. Because 5 never came out, and then 6 was 3, which was released here. But to go from 5, which was still your, like, traditional Dungeons and Dragons sort of universe, then to 6, which was, like, total steampunk, and then on to 7, which was cyberpunk. It was a very weird shift, you know, but this is the one that got me into it, and I'm still happy that it happened. Of course, once you get off a chocobo, it'll escape. I am very well aware. Sell you the chocobo lore for 2,000 gil right now. I don't really have a choice. Of course, now I gotta bargain with him over the fucking greens. Okay. Take the offer. Okay, I probably noted the chocobo traps, the world map. We've done that. We've got the materia. Sonic Greens, Curial. Alright, I don't want to blow my entire stash. So I'm going to take 1. Because I only need to catch 1 chocobo. So we got just need decent. Yeah, I'm going to go top of the line just because if I do get into a fight and there's a bunch of enemies and I have to kill them all at once, and, you know, I'll try and, like, I'll save before every battle. Wasn't it really expensive? Don't be mad at my brother or grandpa. Since mom and oh, that's sad. Chris, now I feel bad and I just want to buy more greens. Except, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to go bankrupt, funding this farm. Why don't I just buy the farm? I can play with chocobos. Look at that! Look at that chocobo swagger that every single one of them carries, man. Those are 4 hot shit chocobos. They don't take anybody's shit. They should all be, like, smoking cigars right now. Alright, bye, chocobos. I gotta go do some, what are we looking at here? Alright, I have to catch one, but it looks like there are a few enemy skills that I need to pick up here. Mainly, L4 Suicide, which I can get from the Moo. So I gotta make sure that I have enemy skill equipped. Yeah, Tifa's got it. I mean, she's also got Matro Magic, which I haven't even used yet. So I'm not gonna put on Chocobo lore just yet. It can be fairly uncommon to... Oh, great. And they don't use the attack all that often, but it's still not too hard to get the skill. Make sure not all of your character's levels are divisible by 4, or the attack will cause critical damage. And 100% mini to everyone. Okay, well I've got... You know, I wonder if that's something that I should just do, like, off-stream, because I can't imagine how entertaining it would be to just sit here and watch me grind to get this stupid skill for... I mean, alright, I'll fight for a little bit, but if we don't have a lot of luck with this, we'll have to try again some other time. Because I do want to get this skill. It's something that's going to come in handy for later. Wait, is that them? Holy shit, we got them already. Oh my god. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. Alright, now we gotta be really careful here that I don't... Now, Tifa, will you please not kill them? Please don't kill the squirrels. Yeah, who wants to... It's certainly a lot more combat. I was not expecting to encounter one of those, like, immediately. So, that's pretty cool. Sinking... That was an earth attack. Sewer... Do not need that. Oh, they're kind of kicking my ass here. And they have nothing to steal. Okay. Alright, well, let's whittle it down to just one. Let's get a sense on him and see what we're working with here. It's level 12, 56. Yeah, if I hit him one more time, he's dead. So I do have to kind of sit here and hang out until he casts L4 Suicide. At least when you're throwing nuts at me, it's not doing much. I probably shouldn't have wasted that limit break, but... I don't know, I guess I didn't really feel like mowing through my magic points either. Not that curing costs that much. There we go. Okay, Cloud's gonna yeah, he's almost dead. Good. Excellent. Oh, Jesus Christ, Cloud's also, miniaturized. Okay. Oh my... Cloud, you poor soul. No, do not... Yeah, let's get rid of him. Oh, look at little Cloud. He's so short and so tiny. Okay. So let's, yeah, let's head back here and just rest up at the inn. Or the makeshift inn, the house, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure that I even have anything to cure Minnie. There's your 100 gil. I swear to God, I should be like a minority owner of this farm by now, because I bought your materia for chocobo luring, I bought your greens, and I paid for 2 nights at this inn. If I'm not owning it, you can at least, like, put my name on that tower. God, what absolute luck that was, too. Like, on my first encounter, I managed to get that L4 suicide. Okay, so with the above skill in your possession, it's also a Choco Buckle. This is a lot harder to get. Great, I don't like the sound of this. Okay, so in order for a Chocobo to use this skill, it needs to lose 30 seconds of its maximum HP, and the attack may not fully deplete its HP. Furthermore, the Chocobo must have eaten a Silkus or Mimic Green to unlock the possibility of using the skill at all. So just exactly how to deal with this: buy at least a Mimic Green from Chocobo, get into a battle, and sense it to check its level 16. Okay, this sounds like far too much effort. I mean, you know, L4 suicide is great, but this would require a truly ridiculous amount of stuff to work with on just one little Chocobo, and I'm not sure that I really feel like doing that. I mean, especially if for some weird reason I want to come back and do it later. I don't think there's anything preventing me from... I mean, is there like... Alright, let's check something here. Let's take a look at the trophies here. Okay. There's materia, limit breaks, complete. Okay. There are 3 hidden trophies, but I am operating under the assumption that those are plot-related. And I don't see anything here for enemy skills. So, yeah. Chocobuckle, not really concerned. So, let's do this. Let's throw on... Jesus Christ, isn't there another... Yeah, let's put a Carbon Bagel on Tifa, because that way I don't have to sacrifice any other... Yeah, so she's got Chocobo lore. And... Oh god, I have these accessories too. Alright, well let's put the Star Pendant on Cloud. Let's put another Star Pendant on Eris, because I don't really want my healer poisoned at any point. And Vitality or Spirit Plastic. What the hell does Spirit or Vitality do? Yeah, we'll put a Protect Vest on her. Hey, Sunset, welcome back. You missed me really lucking out with getting an enemy skill, and to be honest, I'm not even sure that I'm going to use that skill in the future, because I'll probably forget it like everything else that I've done in this game. But that was some seriously great, I don't know if you want to call it RNG, but it really worked out in my favor. Alright, so Aerith is this close to 14. Res at 15. So once Aerith levels up, Jesus Christ, I will swap her for Barret, and we'll get him into some fighting. Did I save it just now or not? L4 sucks. Well, it was a strange sense of satisfaction that I got from picking it up anyway, and I'm just glad that it happened so quickly. I gotta waltz around in this Chocobo section here. Alright, here we go. Chocobo music. Alright, Tifa, I do not trust you right now. So let's do this. Flaming Peck, that sounds really dirty. Ah, shit, there he goes. I probably should have fed him a green. That's the whole reason I bought those damn things anyway. No, don't use that. Oh my god, I'm hitting the rock. Okay, fail. Just restart the whole... That was so terrible. I wasted a limit break, and I lost a Chocobo. I should just turn in my gamer card right now. That's alright, we'll get another limit soon. Yeah, Sunset, L4 Suicide is an enemy skill that I just picked up. It's basically if you hit any enemy who has a level that's divisible by 4, you have the option of... Alright. Where are those greens? Hold still. Hold still. Don't you run anywhere because I need you. Alright. Here, chow down. Come on, you're gonna love that stuff. And you just keep eating. And I'm gonna take care of these other guys. Are you... What kind of glutton are you? Jesus Christ! That was the most expensive form of greens that... Tifa, for God's sake! What kind of sick person are you, Tifa? Was that really necessary? I mean, you're supposed to be the sensitive one here. God damn it. Oh, alright, let's go... Let's go get some more Chocobo Nip, because Tifa can't control herself. I mean, I know you want to attack somebody, but for God's sake, did you have to hit the innocent animal? Alright, let's take some of the, Alright, I'll take 2 of these. Yeah, Sunset, if I find an enemy that has a level divisible by 4, L4 Suicide will knock it down to 1 HP and also potentially cast Mini on it. But in order for me to determine whether or not the said enemy has a level divisible by 4, I have to sense it to begin with. God damn it. There's no Chocobo here. And I'm getting back attack too. All of a sudden, Eris is a physical attack beast because she's in the front row because of the back attack. Speaking of Eris, we're all ready to swap her out, aren't we? There we go. Okay. Better just to kill them instead of using L4 or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured it wasn't the greatest spell to work with. There was just something about, like, oh, okay, here's this enemy. Let me see if I can acquire this skill or not. Sense, fire, poison, restore. I'm not really worried about heal right this second, although I don't know that I'm entirely worried about poison either. Son said, do I have a cat? I do not. I used to, many years ago, like 10 years back, when I lived in Delaware. And my ex-fiance had two, but I do not personally have one. I just have a pupper. And he is somewhere sleeping upstairs. Am I sure there's no enemy skill achievement? Well, see, now who won? Now you got me wondering, because I know there are locked trophies, and I can't entirely be sure what those trophies relate to, so now I'm going to have to look it up myself. In party... Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, so here we go. Final Fantasy VII PS4 trophies. Okay. Best bromance. Yeah. We're not getting that. Use a limit break. Use a summon materia in battle. Well, shit, that's the easiest trophy ever. Actually, no, it's not the easiest trophy. The easiest trophy ever is win your first battle. Okay. A bunch of silver trophies for obtaining materia, obtaining limit breaks. Gold trophies, complete. Yeah, it looks like... It looks like those secret trophies are related to the different weapons that you can defeat, like Ruby and Emerald and all of them. But no, there's nothing about enemy skills, so... yeah. I guess we're good there. Wait, who has Chocobo lore on them? It's Tifa, okay. Alright, Chocobo, let's make this count. Alright, here. Now you eat up. You enjoy those greens. I'm going to take care of this stupid other bird that's not you. And with any luck, Tifa is not going to hit you. You're... What do I have to do? What do I have to... Do I need a Chocobo Whisperer? Is that what we're gonna do? Do I need Caesar fucking whatever his name is? For Christ's sake, I will buy a Chocobo if I could. These Chocobos do not like me. I don't think they like Tifa. That's my theory. Let's try this one more time. Oh, Jesus Christ. Great, I've got two guys hit with Fury, too. I'm gonna have to go to the end. Yeah, these Chocobos are not happy right now, and honestly, neither am I. Wait, I didn't know that wasn't a long-range weapon that Barret had. I really didn't feel like equipping that. Don't attack until the previous character's finished his attack. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, Who-Won, but, the Chocobo did not seem to particularly care about that part. So let's go save. Okay, well, no, let's not go save. Let's go rest up. Because this is practically my bedroom now. I'll buy more of your stupid greens. Yeah, give me one of these pricey ones so that I can go bankrupt on buying Chocobo Nip. Feed him the green. Yeah, I did feed him the greens, and he finished it in like 3 seconds. That was a gluttonous Chocobo. So one more thing I want to do. I don't like this cannonball. Actually, I don't know. I kind of do. Okay, yeah, we're going to keep that on Barret. I don't like the fact that that's not a long-range weapon, but at the same time, that's 6 extra attack points, and I'm not really concerned about having someone in the back row. Alright, let's do this. Alright, Chocobo, eat up. Take this one. Okay, you want more? I'm sure you do. Okay, we're almost there. Alright, maybe because it's a plant, it'll burn faster. That's what I'm hoping. No, that didn't work at all. That didn't work at all. Don't run, Chocobo. Just stay there. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Son of a bitch. It ran away. Okay. Alright, I got a new plan. I'll go back to the farm. I'm going to buy a bunch of crappy greens. And I'm going to keep a Chocobo occupied. Okay, Frosty Shark says easier to catch if I set my battle speed to slowest. Okay. Alright, maybe I'll make a little bit of a modification here, since you mentioned that. I'll give that a shot. I'll save one more time, just for the hell of it. I don't trust Tifa to use her limit break because she's probably gonna fucking somersault off the Kokobo's face. Chocobo. I just said Kokobo for Christ's sake. That's what I used to call them, Kokobo, and I don't know why. Nope, no Chocobo this time. Alright, well this is a good spot to use up a limit break then. I used to go, okay, well, you know what, Frosty, then you're cool. You know what? Because I swear to God, that's how I pronounced it for the longest time, 20 years ago, when this was first out. You know, I gotta tell you, every single aspect of this PlayStation 4 port for Final Fantasy VII has been awesome, with the sole exception being Tifa's Limit Break, because there's something about those spinning reels that makes it go slower, and you can't stop it with the same precision that you could in the original version. It's a small price to pay. Oh shit, here we go. Okay. Alright. No more fucking around. We got this. Eat up, Chocobo. You better love everything about those greens and keep eating. Okay, those seem to be keeping it occupied for a little bit longer. Okay. Whatever the name of that green is, it's absolutely loving him. It's, okay, no, don't you go anywhere. Don't you dare go anywhere. Don't you move. Don't you move. There. Good bird. Okay. I think we got this now. Heard that today on a YouTube video that most of the game is still in 15 FPS. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best, but I have noticed some marked improvements as far as, I mean, just like loading times are better, which is fine with me. Holy shit, finally. Alright, now we get the groovy Chocobo music, too. Okay, and for the love of God, don't press the circle button after all that. Okay, so where are we going here? I'm pressing the wrong triggers here. Okay, and the Midgar Zolom has an enemy skill that inflicts over 1,000 points of damage. Fuck that noise. Yeah, we're, no. Oh yeah, and I forgot, you could apparently just try and cross the marshes by foot, but no, we're catching the Chocobo. Wait a second. Am I? No. That's where I came from, isn't it? Yeah. I was right here, for God's sake. Wonder where the CPU, GPU, if it wasn't a PS1... Oh, this is rather unsettling. Did Sephiroth do this? I think that's a fair guess, Cloud. Well, who won? Whatever that CPU, GPU was, it was small enough that they could stuff it into every PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 ever made. So, it was competent, but I don't think it was anything special. And, you know, it was back in that weird, awkward transitional period where developers were trying to figure out how to go from 2D to 3D, which is why the character models look as ridiculous as they do. Okay, yeah, Barrett has a knack for understatements. Sephiroth guy's pretty strong, I'd say. Oh, shit. I guess we're just taking another look at it, then. Alright, so we gotta duck out of this screen. Alright, Shoko. You've done me very well. Now, get on out of here and don't do me a sad and get killed. I was wondering, is there like a temporal time field here? What do you mean, Who Won? What are you talking about? I'm curious. Right, Cloud's got set. The snake is alive and dead. Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess, maybe at one point there was more than one, and Sephiroth, being a complete savage, decided to take one of them and impale it, and just make a trophy out of it, because he's Sephiroth, and why wouldn't he? Cloud's probably like, no, he just killed a giant snake, destroyed TV, wrecked me to the point my mind can't even remember the L he gave me. Alright, do I have something that'll cure sadness? Yes, I do. I have one hyper. Okay, good. Loco Weed. Jeez, that's an interesting translation, isn't it? Guard Source permanently raises vitality. It couldn't really hurt to use that on Cloud. I mean, Cloud is the Superman, after all. Alright, so let's say... Oh, wait, you know what? Okay, what do we got? We got... Tifa's 16, so we can swap her out. Because I'm trying to keep everyone relatively even. And let's put... You know what? Let's bring in Red. So I haven't actually used him in a fight yet. Give him Steel. I don't need Chocobo Lore anymore. And... yeah, what the hell? I'll give him Choco Mog while we're at it. Is Red a dog, a cat? He's, it's hard to describe what he is, Sunset. He's kind of a, I would have to say he's mostly cat-like. He's a genetic experiment, is what he is, but he always struck me as more on the kitty side, especially with the shape of his paws. Okay, so now that we're in the Mithril Mine, small area, 4 screens. Okay, so I gotta go over here and get some... Okay, I'm not gonna go over here because I'm gonna get in a fight within taking like 5 steps. The hell are these things? Seems cattish to me. Yeah, Sunset, I'd agree with you. Just in the way that his body is shaped. Holy shit, that was a quick level up. Alright, so let's head up this screen. And climbing up the vine, there should be... There we go, long-range materia. Excellent, okay. Now, I don't really have anybody that can take advantage of that right this second, because all my slots are used up. Yeah, Tigerish, especially with the way he runs. Alright, so let's see here. Let's take, I want to put long range on Cloud. I don't really need this elemental anymore. I mean, well, it helps, but... Alright, yeah, let's get rid of cover and swap in long range. Ether Intent can be acquired in the stone steps. Okay. There's my Ether. There's a tent. If I'm interested in another enemy skill, have one of the Arc Dragons hit the properly equipped character with Flamethrower. Oh, and those guys that I just killed, the... Madog? I don't know, but anyway, the things that I just killed, they have a Grand Glove for Tifa. So I should have been stealing from them, apparently. Alright, who's got steel? Red's got steel. Alright. Actually, more importantly, who's got restore? Okay. Alright, let's hang out a little bit and see if we can't get... Oh, that's a lot of snakes. That's a lot of wings, too. Okay, they're not that powerful, at least. Your cold breath isn't doing much, dude. Sorry. At least now I don't have to worry about scaring off chocobos. I still love chocobos. Let's just make that very clear, but right this second I don't have to worry about scaring them. God damn it! Now see, I could have used that too. Yeah, he's totally a cat after doing something like that. Just the way that he does the thing with his paws. We have reached level 2 with Cloud's Limit Break. So let's hurry up and get that shit equipped. Wait. Begin from limit... Oh, fuck it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're good. Let's go back. Oh my god, with the random battles in here, really? Okay, my only issue with acquiring Flamethrower would be the fact that it only is used on one person at a time, and that could be an absolute pain in the ass to just wait around for whoever's casting it to hit the right person. Yeah, definitely a cat even licks his paws like one. Definite kitty qualities. I should probably think about swapping these guys out. Okay, I level up in all materia. That's good. And we're not swapping out Cloud because we can't... Oh, shit. I can't swap my guys out because I'm inside a dungeon. Alright, can I check where everyone... No, I can't. Alright. Well, that's alright. We're not going to be in here for that long. Okay, keep an eye out for... Yeah, I'm still keeping an eye out for Medouge. Go through the cave, grab the mind source from a chest in the lower right of the area. There we go. That's a mind source. Now, what do I get with a mind source? Mind source raises spirit. I'm not entirely sure what spirit does, but, yeah. I'm gonna use it on Cloud. Cloud's the Superman. Cloud's basically John Cena. Okay, from here, I guess it should be pretty obvious where I'm headed. Ah! It's the Turks. And once again, one of my favorite pieces of music in the entire Final Fantasy series. God, I so wished everyone here watched wrestling because I could make a reference right now, but I won't do that. Yes, this is the Turks. Materia, it lists attributes like spirit, strength, and dexterity. Okay, Who-One, I'll make sure to do my homework for the next time that I'm actually streaming, so that I don't look like a complete fool when I'm using all my extra items. I could walk down any hallway everywhere and just have this playing in the background, and I'd be happy. Alright, Sunset, you pulled out a rock quote. That's great. My night is made. Yes, Rude's not a big talker. Thanks to what you did to Reno, we're short-handed. Yeah, we're short-handed, but I got a job out of the deal, so thanks. You know. It's the other way around. Okay, Ellen is a little goofy. Let's give her that. And she's almost got the same hair that I do. I don't know what that says. Elena talks too much. That was the only thing that disappointed me about the Advent Children movie, is that we didn't hear this track at all. At least not from what I remember. God, it's been a long time since I've watched Advent Children. I'll be doing that as soon as I finish this. Which might not happen for a couple of months. How nice of Elena to just tell us where Sephiroth is going. Let's just show his affection with a new weapon. I guess I could have gotten a little bit of a different piece of dialogue if Aerith had been with me. Okay, so up here we can get an elixir. and a high potion. I will happily take both of those. And of course we couldn't escape here without one more fight, which I am getting back attacked, aren't I? Yes, I am. Now, this isn't too bad. Yeah, those rattling snake tails are weirding me out too. Ooh, nice shot, Cloud. Face huggers all over again. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Sunset, because on Sunday, I'm thinking about finally doing Outlast. Because I've been having that's been sitting on my hard drive for long enough. Alright, we're outside again. Okay, guys. Oh my god, it is... Wow. I have been on here for quite a good amount of time here. Okay, folks, here's what we're going to do. I am going to save here, and I'm going to call it a night, because I am approaching the 4-hour limit. But yeah, Sunset, I like the idea of Outlast. So, for everyone that has joined me tonight for the first time, thank you very much for watching. It has been awesome having everyone in here. If you enjoyed my ramblings and babblings and just stupid talk, you know, you can give me a follow if you want. And I am going to be back sometime on Sunday, and I will be playing Outlast. And I will have the ever-loving crap scared out of me, in all probability, because if it's anything half as scary as Alien Isolation was, I will be traumatized. So, thank you, Sunset, for your modding duties, and thank you to everybody else who tuned in. I will catch you all next time, and I hope you all have a good night, morning, whatever time of day it is for you.